New this morning, more violence in Albuquerque as police investigate a shooting from overnight. Just before 1:30 this morning, gunshots rang out here near Candelaria and Carlisle. Albuquerque police on the scene say they found a man shot in the chest and the leg. He was rushed to the hospital and right into surgery. We have not heard how he is doing. Police say another person was shot at but not hit. Police do have a man in custody and are now questioning him. Liz?
And Albuquerque police are also investigating a stabbing in downtown overnight. Officers responded to 3rd Street and Central Avenue where they found a man stabbed in the upper abdomen. He was taken to the hospital where police say his condition is stable at this time. Cops took one man into custody and is being questioned. APD says it appears the two men got into an argument that escalated into a physical fight. Then one of them pulled out a knife. The Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department has released video showing what led up to a deadly deputy-involved shooting in southwest Albuquerque.
This morning, we also have more details about the man they say tried to kill his girlfriend and the sheriff's deputy. Well, the man is Manuel Flores. Deputies say he thought his girlfriend was cheating on him, so he confronted her here at the Pump and Save gas station near Coors and Gun Club, where he tried to haul her outside.
He was grabbing her and took her into his truck trying to kidnap her. Then she managed to get away, I'm saying, from the passenger side.
Well, as the clerk there said, the woman got away, got in her car, then Flores started chasing her. This surveillance video shows Flores slam his truck into her sedan and a stop sign. She gets out, she tries to run away. Flores right there nearly runs her over. Seconds later, boom, he slams into the end of Deputy Sam Rodriguez's cruiser. While the deputy is trapped inside, Flores takes a spin and another shot even harder. He gets out, he raises his arms right here, and moments later, we are not going to show you, but that Deputy Rodriguez fires twice from inside the car, hitting Flores once in the chest, killing him. Two witnesses right there helped the deputy out of the cruiser. Take a look. This is what the deputy's car looked like afterward. Investigators described Flores raising his arms as celebrating. He did not have a gun on him. Now, we checked, and Flores has been arrested a dozen times for everything from aggravated assault to auto theft.
Well, things should be back to normal this morning on I-40 near Grants after a deadly chain reaction crash involving 3 semis had part of the highway closed for hours. The crash happened yesterday. New Mexico State Police say it appears a semi got a flat, crossed the center median, hit a guardrail, and rolled. Another semi avoided the crash but was rear-ended by a tanker truck, causing both trucks to burst into flames. One of the drivers was ejected and killed. It took nearly 12 hours to clean up the crash site. A well-known hotel is now just a pile of rubble. Tuesday's Friday at the Inn of Las Vegas totally gutted the building. The hotel, which opened up in 1976, was the town's hotspot for decades. The owner of the hotel bought the hotel after it went into foreclosure and became, I should say, an eyesore. He has plans to fix it up and hopes that the vision can still become reality. It is not clear what started the fire yet, but the property owner says vandalism has created a lot of problems over the last couple of years.
Well, a veteran here in New Mexico is suing her former employer after she was fired for using medical marijuana. Donna Smith has PTSD. Presbyterian Health Services had hired her to be a physician's assistant, but 4 days after that, she failed a drug test and was fired even though she has a medical marijuana license. Presbyterian says it's following federal law to provide a drug-free workplace, and Ms. Smith's attorney says that is a problem.
Donna is in 110% compliance with New Mexico state law. It's Presbyterian who is out of compliance with New Mexico state law.
The attorney there says no company can trump state law. He also says Presbyterian hired Smith knowing she has PTSD and is part of a medical marijuana program. The House Republicans say despite steps to make it easier for veterans to get health care, more needs to be done for them to get mental health care. This is particularly for vets in rural areas. That was the discussion during a congressional field hearing in Roswell yesterday. Congressman Steve Pierce is working with the VA to launch a pilot program in Roswell, allowing veterans to see local doctors rather than traveling hours to Albuquerque. And mental health treatment issues within the justice system are going to be the focus of meetings today and tomorrow with the UNM School of Law. A couple of legislative committees will talk about outpatient treatment issues and substance abuse treatment programs. Mental health advocates are pushing for new state laws aimed at helping people who are mentally ill. Liz?
The state is offering temporary amnesty for parents with unpaid child support. Deadbeat parents can visit a state child support enforcement division office without fear of arrest, and they can pay a bond to cancel outstanding bench warrants for not paying child support. Payment plans are available. At the end of the month, police will start targeting those who did not take advantage and will start arresting them. While Congress remains on recess, the crisis on the border still hasn't been solved. Now, officials at federal holding facilities all across the country are left dealing with quarantine concerns. Authorities say around 600 undocumented immigrant women and children remain under quarantine in Artesia because of 2 cases of the chickenpox. According to the Roswell Daily Record, the last confirmed case of chickenpox was last Thursday. Meanwhile, officials say there are no active tuberculosis cases at the center.
A new plan by the U.S. Postal Service to cut costs and hours at smaller post offices could end up ultimately costing the people who live outside of bigger areas. New Mexico Senators Tom Udall and Martin Heinrich sent a letter to the Postal Service saying, as it is, the plan would affect more than 140 post offices just here in New Mexico. Senators say the plan to shut down some of those post offices would mean people living in rural areas would have to drive miles to get to the closest post office. Well, if you live around or are near Kirtland Air Force Base later this morning, don't be surprised if you hear engine noise or even an explosion and maybe see some smoke and dust. Between 10 this morning and noon, Sandia National Labs is set to do a controlled energetic test. The time could change depending on the weather. And that's not all they're doing on the Air Force Base today. About 1 this afternoon, workers are set to excavate and remove contaminated soil at the old fuel offloading rack. That's where the bulk of the original fuel spill happened. We're talking millions of gallons of jet fuel here. It's part of a plan to clean up all that fuel that leaked into the ground and protect our water supply.